Hey everyone, welcome back to the San Antonio Winery and the spring virtual wine and cheese pairing. I am your host, Dominic, and I'm going to take you on a wine and cheese adventure today. Before we start off with that, I want to just say a couple things about the craziness of our world today, the pandemic. Of course, that's affected everyone. There's not one of us who haven't been touched by it. So stay safe, everyone. Don't forget to wear your mask. I'm not wearing my mask because there's nobody in here but me and the camera and some people behind the screen. And be well, okay? Be safe, be smart, and we want you coming back to the winery. As a matter of fact, we've reopened our outdoor dining for outdoor dining, of course. And the wine shop has been open since day one. We continue to provide wine. And our gift shop and bistro are open. So welcome back. At any rate, we have a full menu for you today. There are 6 different pairings we're doing, 6 different cheese with 6 different wines. And we're going to start off with one of my absolute favorites. This one is like super delicious. Oh, and by the way, there's a soundtrack that goes with this. So try to prepare in advance. If you're going to do this with family or friends, put a little soundtrack together, and I'm going to give you the names of the songs for each one of the pairings that kind of goes along with it. So the first one, we call it the Lemon Drop. And the soundtrack for that are the Jacksons, Can You Feel It? Very upbeat, lots of fun. So the Lemon Drop, very, very easy to put together. It's simple, it's cheesy, and it's sweet. You take honey graham crackers and some cheese. We use the New Zealand sharp cheddar. And then we put a little bit of lemon curd on top. And that lemon curd is kind of like a jam or a jelly. That makes it super sweet, very tart, very lemony, and lots of fun. What we're going to pair that with is our 2018 San Simeon Sauvignon Blanc. Now, this Sauvignon Blanc is crazy good. It's actually my favorite white wine that we produce here at San Antonio Winery. Has big notes of pear, melon, and lemongrass. And the reason I pair this with this dish is because of that lemongrass. It brings out the lemon curd, and the pear softens the acidity of the lemon curd, and then the sharpness of that New Zealand cheddar. So really, really fun. So when you're doing these wine and cheese pairings with friends and family, I recommend that you don't fill up the glass with wine because there's so much to do, so much to drink. So put a nice little splash of wine in your glass, give it a little swirl. And when you're tasting wine, give it a swirl, put your nose in the glass, just dip it right in and inhale. Close your eyes, because when you close your eyes, what happens is it takes your focus off of your sense of sight and puts your focus on your sense of smell, which really enhances the flavors that you're smelling. So again, big notes of melon, lemongrass, and pear. Okay, so dig into our first one. Super sharp, that lemon curd. Really, really good. Very bright. And then you just smother it with that Sauvignon Blanc. Kind of settles everything down. The honey from the honey graham cracker pops out, and it is delicious. Crazy, crazy good fun. So that's a great starter. Remember, when you're doing your wine tastings, whether it's with me or somebody else, always start out with your dry whites, move to your dry reds, and then you go into your least sweet to your most sweet. That's kind of like the pecking order of tasting wine. Reason for that is that our tongues collect the sugars that's in wine and food, and the sweeter the wine or the food, the longer the sweetness stays on your tongue. So again, dry whites, dry reds, least sweet to most sweet. Okay, so that's our lemon curd and our Sauvignon Blanc, which is delicious. All right, next up is another fun lyric or a song that you want to put along with this. You know the song Happy? 'Cause I'm happy, that song? Well, by Purnell Williams. This is a really fun one to do. It doesn't take a lot, but it takes the right type of cheese with this. I typically use the olive oil potato chips from Trader Joe's, and then we use a Cotswold cheese. Cotswold cheese is very English. It actually has chives in it, so it's very, very soft. So what you do is you take a little bit of the cheese, kind of spread it on the chip, bake it for about 60 seconds at about 300 degrees. That cheese will melt off, the oil in the chip will get a little warm, and you get that wonderful, crunchy little Cotswold chip together. We're pairing this with the Chardonnay, the San Simeon Chardonnay. This is a 2017 vintage. Vintage, for those of you who don't know what that is, vintage is the year that the grape was actually grown and harvested, not the year that it was bottled. So if you see a bottle that has 2017, 2016, that's the year the grape was actually grown, okay? For bottles that do not have a vintage, it might say non-vintage or NV. That means it can be a blend of a couple of years, okay? So we have the San Simeon Chardonnay. We have the wonderful Cotswold cheese on the olive potato chip. That Cotswold cheese screams that onion, and then you just kind of wrap it around this wonderful, wonderful San Simeon Chardonnay. Really a great pairing. You know, for those of you who may battle Chardonnays, Sauv Blanc, or even Viognier, for that matter, is a good substitute for Chardonnays. I hear people tell me as they get older that sometimes Chardonnay becomes a little too acidic for them, a little harsh. The taste is a little harsh. What that means is you want to brighten up the fruit in your wine, and the Viognier has very, very bright fruit, as does that Sauvignon Blanc. So, great pairing, Cotswold cheese, the olive potato chips, and the San Simeon Chardonnay, a great pairing. All right, next up, we're going to stay with a little sweetness here. When I was a kid, one of my favorite things in the world was French toast. And my mom, you know, back in my day, we used Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread was white bread. And then as my mom got a little more savvy with her breads, she started bringing home these cinnamon swirl breads for our French toast. And oh my God, it totally was a game changer. So for this one, this is what we call Cinnamon Rush. The song is You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. So it's a great song to kind of pair to this, this pairing. So it's cinnamon toast with Colby Jack cheddar cheese and Gruyere, and we're pairing it with the Madeleine Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a 2017 vintage. Now, Cabernet Sauvignon, of course, is a red grape, and it's aged in oak. I believe our cab is aged in oak for about 14 to 16 months. So it has some really nice bright red colors, great hues. One of the tricks when you're looking at a red wine or looking at wine in general is always look at it against a white background, okay? Because the white background is pure, all right? So you're going to see all of the colors and perfections and imperfections of the wine. So this has got some really nice deep reds, has a nice silver halo around the edge of the wine, and it's deeper in color as you get to the middle of the glass. So it's considered a full-bodied wine, so it has heavy tannins in it. Not overly heavy, but nice balance. So we're going to pair that with the toast, the cinnamon toast, and the Gruyere and the cheese. What's so fun about this is you get that creaminess of the cheese, and then you get the exhilaration of the sugar in the cinnamon toast. You can serve this hot, so you can take this right out of the oven or toast it in a toaster lay the cheese on there, and then serve it. Okay? So we're pairing that with this, with the Madalena Cabernet. Wow, is that nice? Big ripe fruit in the Madalena Cabernet, blackberry, black cherry, plum. So this is a great pairing with this this cheese and the cinnamon toast. I'm going to have another bite. Man, am I lucky or what? All right, the next one. There's a couple of ways you can do this one. I call this the BLT, T-E-E. This is a fun one to do. You can do it on a large scale or even on a smaller scale. You can use different types of lettuce for it. You can even use sourdough bread. We've elected not to use bread on this dish. Make it keto friendly, so to speak. I'm using a Black Forest bacon. And again, this Black Forest bacon I picked up at my friendly Trader Joe's, which I love them. They have all sorts of cheese and fun foods that you can buy for pairings and holidays, whatever it is you want to do. We've used Romano tomatoes and then this romaine lettuce. And for the cheese, we used a simple cheddar, just simple cheddar cheese. And you can do this a couple of ways. One is you can put the cheese over the bacon when the bacon first comes off the fryer or out of the baker. And that's going to help melt in the cheese into the bacon. What I'm going to do, and you can see how my Chef Ray, has prepared these nice long leaves of the lettuce. So I'm going to cut this in half. And there's just a slight drizzle of mayonnaise on the bacon, which is a classic ingredient for bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches. So this is amazing. Oh, what am I pairing this with? Petite Sirah. Petite Sirah is my favorite wine in all the world. One of the reasons is Petite Sirah is big, bold, spicy, and peppery. It's a sassy wine, sassy. When I say that, it means it's in your face. It's very heavy, it's big in tannins, bold in taste, and when it lays on your tongue, it stays on your tongue. People have come into the tasting room and have tried the Petite Sirah, and oddly enough, when they smile, their teeth and their tongue have gone purple. So that's how tannicky it is. So I'm going to take a bite of this. That was crazy good. And Petite Sirah. Now, hopefully the camera can pick that up. But look how dark that is. Very bold wine. Big nose. You can actually taste it when you smell it. That's how heavy this wine is. So, Petite Sirah, vintage is 2017, I believe. Yep, 2017, which was a really good year for the Petite. Man, that is really good. I think after the show, I'm going to move into the corner over there, keep this bottle, and have the chef make me a few more of these. That's how good that is. So, I'm going to have a little more of this. That was really good. All right, next one. This is called The Apple of My Eye. The song is Stevie Wonder, You Are the Sunshine of My Life. And the reason we selected that song is because Sunshine of My Life, very springy, lovely. It's about love and togetherness, and it just fits with this. So we use a Granny Smith apple. We use Dubliner Irish cheddar. Now, what's the difference between Dubliner Irish cheddar and just a regular cheddar? Well, Dubliner Irish cheddar comes from Ireland, of course, and they only use the milk from cows that are grass-fed. Nothing else, no hay. They're all pasture-fed cows. So they're out on the in the fields. They don't call them plains or prairies in Ireland. They're out in the fields, and all they do is eat grass all day. So it's a really great cheese. It's aged, and what you'll find is sometimes when you bite into the Dublin Irish cheddar, you taste these little crackles. You taste them, you feel these little crackles. What that is the fat. Some of the fat cells in the cheese are actually crystallizing. And it's very edible, it's good for you. And you get these little crackles, and it's kind of fun. You'll especially see this in another type of fine-aged cheddar called Unexpected Cheddar from Trader Joe's. It's a white cheese, and it's finely aged, and it too has those crackles of the fat crystals. Absolutely brilliant to eat. So, Dublin Irish cheddar, you'll notice that we've cut the apples lengthwise, and we've hollowed out the middle to get rid of the center of the apple, so there's no seeds. Not sure what you call the little hard things around the seeds, but very, very easy to eat. So you lay that on there, and then you take caramel sauce, and you just drizzle it over the top. We're pairing that with our Stella Rosa French Vanilla Platinum. And this is made from, guess what? Green apples, elderflower, and vanilla. And this has a big green apple taste. One of the reasons I selected the Platinum was because of the caramel and the apple. It just brings it all together, brings it out. Sweet wine has a place in the world. A lot of people say, oh, I just drink dry wine. Well, you're missing out. Our Stella Rosa line is, I believe, 17 or 18 years old now. We started Stella Rosa with 3 basic wines, the Rosso, the Moscato d'Asti, and the Bianco. And the Moscato d'Asti actually came under a label called the El Conte di Alba. And it was a green bottle and a kind of a green and silver label. But those were the 3 original Stella Rosas. Today, we have 19 flavors of Stella Rosa, all providing something for everyone. So, Stella Rosa Platinum and the apple of my eye. Let's dig in and enjoy this. So, easy to eat, easy to make. You get that nice crisp crunch from the apple, and then that Dubliner Irish cheddar, very sharp. Kind of takes over your mouth. The caramel sauce kind of smoothes everything out, and then we wash it all down with Stella Rosa Platinum French Vanilla. Man, that is fun. That is like super fun. Well done, Chef Ray. Number 6. The song on this is from one of my favorite artists. Of course, Neil Diamond. Who doesn't love Neil Diamond? Cherry Cherry. He doesn't have a song, Berry Berry. Otherwise, we would use that one. But it's Cherry Cherry, you got the way to move me, Cherry. Anyway, this is a great pairing. Another one of my favorite cheese is blueberry goat's cheese. Now, cheese typically is made from either goat's milk or cow's milk. And did you know cheese was actually a mistake? Cheese, you know, the history of cheese goes back for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands, no, not hundreds of thousands, but thousands of years. And when people were transporting milk back in the early days, they would use the stomach of animals, dead animals. They'd take the stomach and they'd fill the stomach with milk, and that's how they would transport the milk. Well, what they found over a long period of time, when they opened up that stomach bag to get their milk, it had hardened and it had turned to cheese. So you have soft cheese, you have hard cheese. Cheese can be very soft like the blueberry goat's cheese, or you can have the very hard cheddars. New England farmhouse smoked cheddars are really good. Gruyere is very good. Mascarpone is very, very good. So all these different cheese. Explore the world of cheese and wine, because There's many, many different flavors out there, but this is really simple to do. The blueberry goat's cheese comes in a log. It's just a log. It's all shrink wrapped. And what you do is you put it in the refrigerator and you get it as cold as you can get it without it freezing. Okay, you don't want the cheese to freeze, but you get it super cold. The colder it is, the harder it becomes. So once you get it down to maybe 36 degrees, then you want to take a nice sharp knife or a razor blade, slice it open, unwrap it, and then immediately cut about 1/4-inch pieces of the blueberry goat's cheese. Perfect circle, okay? And then you put that on top of a ginger snap, a triple ginger snap. Now you can use Nabisco wafers. I like to use these triple ginger snaps from Trader Joe's because it's explosive with ginger. We're going to pair that with Stella Rosa blueberry. Now Stella Rosa blueberry is one of our newest. Came out a few months back, and it's made from blueberries, so can't expect anything but a nice strong blueberry taste. Blueberry goat's cheese is soft. Take a bite. It's very creamy cheese, so it's kind of all over in there. And then wash it down. It's like they were made for each other. This is fantastic. So that is a great pairing. This is good for the spring, guys, but some of these dishes are really good for the holidays as well. If you got a Christmas gathering, hopefully this year we'll all be able to get our families together for Christmas, and you do hors d'oeuvres and stuff, think about a couple of these dishes. Use the simple ones, the easy ones where it doesn't take a lot of time to prepare, but enjoy them and share the love. So with that, guys, I want to thank you all very much for coming back to the San Antonio Winery. Again, we are open for outdoor dining. We have our patio out front all set up. We've expanded the area. We've got a lot of seating. We're hoping that soon we'll be able to open up indoor dining. But until then, come on in, enjoy our beautiful patio, our wonderful food, and come in and have a nice bottle of wine. So guys, be well, stay safe. Don't forget to wear your mask. Salute.